Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Rasan427. Actually, today, what we're doing is another WWE Elite Collection review. This is actually on the Mr. Perfect from Elite Series 20 right here, which actually came out this year. And this is a Mr. Perfect figure, and this is like my first Mr. Perfect figure I actually have in my collection. Me starting to collect WWE figures back again. But yeah, I'm a Mr. Perfect fan. Some of my favorite two matches of his Bret Hart matches: King of the Ring 1993 and SummerSlam 91. You see, he come with the Intercontinental Championship. I mean, you can't have a Mr. Perfect figure without the Intercontinental Championship. Can't have it. It comes with a towel as well, but I'll get to the accessories while I get to accessories. But let's actually look closer to the box. And as you can see, looking at the box, you see it says Elite Series 20 right there. That's for the Series 20 of the Legends Series 8+. WWE Elite Collection, True FX Lifelike figure. And you see, this is the figure right here. Picture of Mr. Perfect. Now, I will say this singlet, I'm not a big fan of. I've seen some reviews on it as well. Not a big fan of singlet, but I'll get more into that once I get into the figure. You see, it comes with this towel. You gotta have a towel. Comes with a bunch of switch out hands. Love that. See, WWE Legends, Mr. Perfect right there. You see, that's a picture of Mr. Perfect right there. WWE Legends Series. And you see there's another picture of Mr. Perfect. And it really took me a while to actually get this and actually review this. It's actually because I actually got a deal on this. Got this for 50% off right now. Target has deals for 50% off right now. So definitely check your local Target, see if you got that deal. But I just waited. I just want to figure that I wanted, but I just like, you know, I just waited on it. And I waited on it and I got the deal that I really wanted on this figure. And you see on the back it says Elite Series 20. You see the types, you see Intercontinental Champion. That's what most famous for. Maybe arguably the greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time. She's a read up on Mr. Perfect. This is the rest of the wave. Triple H review is actually on my channel. It was a while back when these figures actually first came out. I did a review. They had Ted DiBiase 50% off, and I believe Greg Valentine. I have no interest in either one of those figures, just to me personally. I only really wanted the Triple H, and I was kind of, you know, mixing on Mr. Perfect, but I finally actually picked it up once I actually got the great deal on it. But yeah, that was the entire box of it. And now let's actually open this figure up and actually get into this figure and get it on the turntable. And actually looking at this figure straight up and down, I could definitely say that it's a fantastic representation of Mr. Perfect. I think the arms, the body is absolutely perfect on it. And even the boots and everything. I think everything aesthetically is perfect, but, and it's kind of perfect because his name is perfect. But this singlet, I really don't like it. And their choice on this singlet, I'm not a fan of it at all. I am really not a fan of this at all. You see, it actually pulls up at the bottom. I guess I get why they actually did this, you know, so you could pull it all the way down like that to make it seem like, you know, it was exactly like this. I actually show you guys. So you actually can pull it down like that, and so it can show like what he did in real life, so it can actually hang over like Kurt Angle and stuff like that. But nah, it just doesn't work. Like, you gotta have it sculpted on, or just cloth maybe. But then that cloth Kurt Angle didn't look good neither. But I understand what they're trying to do. They're trying to make improvements on this singlet and stuff like that. But it's really just not working. Just for me personally, it's not working. And I'm just not a fan of this. I mean, you could just take it completely off and just have them like just with the trunks. But then it's like, that's not really Mr. Perfect. I definitely want them with the straps up. But because I got this for half off, and this is mainly one of the reasons why I didn't actually pick this up right away, why I didn't just go ahead and grab this, is because of the singlet. That's really one of the main reasons. But you see, looking at the torso, I showed you guys the torso. See, it's a pretty nice torso, pretty thick torso. Of course, you get double jointed pinless arms on actually both sides, so that's absolutely fantastic. I think the body proportions are great for Mr. Perfect. And this head sculpt, you see, looking at the head sculpt, I'm gonna zoom in even more. I think the head sculpt is fantastic on this Mr. Perfect figure. I think it's perfect. I keep saying perfect. I think it's a great representation on what Mr. Perfect actually is. Just fantastic right there. You see, looking at the hair, I think that, looking at the hair and everything like that, I think that's a great representation of him. It looks exactly like Mr. Perfect. I think this hair sculpt, I think the face may be a little too big, but then you kind of look like that. But I think this is near perfect hair sculpt right here for Mr. Perfect. And you see he has white wrist tape right there. And you see this is actually the bottom part. So they actually have this sculpted on, but have this, the rubber, and you want, you know, to take it off and move it back on and stuff like that. And you see, looking at the back of it, does line up and stuff. Then you got to push it down, which I didn't even know you had to push it down. Like, I didn't know it actually comes up like this. I don't know why I didn't think that it can come all the way off just from having it personally in hand. But you see, looking at the legs, you get double jointed knees on actually both sides. So that's fantastic. Of course, you get the Mr. Perfect legs on actually both sides. But yeah, I think this is a great looking figure, but I feel like this singlet, it's not working, especially with the rubber eyes. I think cloth will work a lot more because of the Kurt Angle. Actually, the whole thing was actually cloth, and they had this on the bottom of it. You see the trunks on the bottom, but then this is an elite. That was an ultimate, so they maybe didn't do. They want to do the whole cloth thing, and then it comes with other accessories. So I know each figure, from what I heard, like has a budget or something like that. Or it's something like that where they only can spend like a certain amount on a figure or give you certain things on a figure. So maybe that's why. But I would have much rather just a sculpted on version of Mr. Perfect than actually this one right here. And a lot of people was making custom stuff, especially on that Kurt Angle as well. They were making customs and stuff like that. But yeah, I do think this is a great looking figure. But this singlet just really doesn't do it for me at all. You see, looking at it strapped down once again, and actually taking it all the way off. Looking at the torso of it, see, that's the torso. Great torso for Mr. Perfect. Definitely the type of body that you should have on a Mr. Perfect figure. And looking at his back as well, you see that's fantastic right there. And you see it stretches pretty well. I mean, it's easy to actually put it down and pull it back up. You see, I'm doing it with ease. They wanted to be like it is in real life. Like he pulled it up, pulled it down and stuff like that with Kurt Angle and everything like that. They did stuff like that, but it's like, nah, I just really don't like it. And I'll definitely put the title over him just so you can't see it that much. But I could definitely see why people would pull the straps down or just take this off completely. I definitely see people doing that. But next up, let's actually get into the accessory. And actually, first starting off, the first accessory is you actually have the towel that Mr. Perfect actually has, and this is a fantastic accessory right here. Something that I want to say it's the first time they gave us the accessory with a Mr. Perfect. I might be wrong about that, but I think it's great. It's great material on it, but just something simple they actually had. They actually had when he came out, stuff like that. He would throw it up in the air, then catch it. So that's absolutely great right there. Great accessory right there. And he actually comes with two mic holder hands. Here's actually the first one for his actual right hand that he actually has right there. That's actually the first one. But here's actually both of them, both mic holders. He actually comes with fist hands on the figure, but you actually get two mic holder hands, which is great because sometimes they do lack out on the mic, on a switch out hand, stuff like that. Something I'm definitely noticed from Hasbro as well. They don't really give us switch out hands, but that looks absolutely fantastic. Then you get two pointing hands right here that you actually get for this Mr. Perfect figure. You get one right and one left. So looking at the detailing on this actual figure, you see that looks great on there. Looking at that detail, and actually here's the other pointing hand right here. So you're looking at the veins and everything like that. But you guys seen a ton of these type of hands. But look at Intercontinental Championship. I actually have one of these. It was actually on my Bret Hart Elite 94. I want to say that was. That review is up on my channel as well. Go to my playlist. Go to my WWE Elite figure reviews, and you'll actually, well, WWE figure reviews, I don't split it up from Elite and Ultimates, but WWE figure reviews, one of my earlier on ones. I actually have the championship. I actually have, what, two yellow ones as well, I actually have. So I have two of these. This is definitely going on my Mr. Perfect figure. I had the other one on the Bret Hart figure, but you see, looking at the detailing on it, it looks absolutely great. You see, looking at this Intercontinental Heavyweight Championship, probably still my favorite Intercontinental Championship, probably this one, yeah. Because the newer one, it's okay. It's decent. It's nice looking. But, yeah, I definitely still... Keep moving all the way down. I definitely still prefer this Intercontinental Championship right here. You see, looking at the back of it as well. You see, they really don't update these modes. This says from 2010. So they really don't update the modes. Because I don't know why they don't update the dates. I guess it's just no point of it. But you see, looking at the back of it, looking at the detail of it. But, yeah, it looks fantastic on a Mr. Perfect figure. But let's actually, next up, pose this figure up and actually put it on the turntable. And actually wrapping this video up, I think this is a pretty good Mr. Perfect figure. I mean, the only problem I have is the singlet, but then I kind of understand what they was trying to do, you know, do something different, make improvements on figures, which I always appreciate that, even though some of the improvements that the toy companies make aren't really for the better. But I feel like if you made it all cloth like they did with the Ultimate Edition Kurt Angle, I feel like that's perfectly fine. But doing it this way with the rubber, they just don't need to do this anymore. And I think they've done this on like an Undertaker figure, but I like never had that. I gotta watch it. I'll probably watch a review after I'm done this on that figure, because I believe that's the only other time they actually did this type of thing on an actual figure. But it's definitely something that they need to stay away from, that I believe they need to stay away from. I don't know how other people feel about it. I know some people making customs of the Kurt Angle, but I don't know if people didn't like this more than the Kurt Angle, or they dislike the Kurt Angle more than this. But that is an Ultimate Edition with a higher price. What they did with that figure was absolutely terrible anyway, that Kurt Angle figure. But tell me your thoughts in the comment section below. What do you think about this Mr. Perfect WWE Elite Legends Series 20 figure? Like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching.